Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the weekly comic book roundup. We've got a actually decently sized haul this week. We're also finally finishing up. Gonna be finishing up the uncovered the books I didn't manage to cover from the end of last month. So let's get started. Kicking things off, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 18, continuing the Dark Web crossover. Where we left off, Spider-Man was having to deal with was it basically the evil version of the Insidious Six or the Sinister Six. Wait, okay, not evil, but demon. Well, they're still evil, but that evil version implies that Sinister Six is good, but the demonic version of the Sinister Six, the Insidious Six. However, he had discovered he had a new ally, a demonic version of himself, called himself Wreck Rap. Yeah. Also in Dark Web X-Men, Jean Grey gave Madeline Pryor exactly what she wanted: the memories of raising baby Nathan. And not just like the experience, not just the cold, just yes, this is what happened, but also the emotions attached to those moments, and not the little thing, all of it. So Madeline got what she wanted, and so they've kind of having a, hey, let's you know is there really a reason to fight? And she kind of said no, there. And so she's opting to try and fix things. But before they head back to New York, Madeline tells the X-Men to hold on. And Cyclops isn't happy about that, but she explains that if she's going to clean up New York, the demonic incursion, well, first she has to clean up Limbo. But she talks to Chasm and Hallows Eve and explains, yeah, it's over, we're done. Chasm isn't happy about this and basically kind of saying, well, yeah, you got what you want, so who cares about what I want, right? But as Chasm swings off, Eve tells Hallows Eve tells Madeline that they'll take care of themselves. They always do. Back with Spider-Man and Wreck Rap, well, they take on the Insidious Six. Um, it's honestly pretty hilarious. He basically shoots out webbing pellets, with finger guns. His Wreck Rap Spider signal is basically like punches. It's a hard light punch. Yeah, it's a thing. But Eve takes Madeline's scythe. Spider-Man and Wreck Rap further defeat the Insidious Six, and Jameson and Robbie make their way towards the portal, with Jameson scaring one of the demons, convincing that said demon that Jameson's one of them. Jameson brags about this, though. Robbie is kind of like, yeah, that doesn't seem like it's something you should be proud of. But Hallows Eve brings Ben Madeline's scythe. He takes it and becomes the king of Limbo. But Chasm plans to lead the demons of Limbo into onto Earth. But and so to stop Chasm, Madeline asks Spider-Man if he'll join them, and he's in. It's gonna wrap up next month in Dark Web Dusk. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. The Wreck-Rap stuff is actually is incredibly amusing. I really hope that Wreck-Rap sticks around just because he's so much fun. It's yeah, we've gotten like barely more than an issue with him. And I'm like, yeah, okay, keep him around. He's fun. I like him. So fingers crossed there, right? Moving on though to our next book, we've got Thor number 30. Where we left off, Thor and Runa were were going after Corvus Glaive, who had kidnapped Thor's sister Lausa, and they'd gone ended up on. So okay, we'll just do the whole. We'll just read this as it is written here. The issue recap, that is. After the former right-handed man of Thanos, Corvus Glaive, kidnapped Thor's baby sister, Lausa, Odin's daughter, and dragged her away into a wasteland of chaotic magic untouched since the days of the original Valkyries, Thor asked Runa to lead him there. But, while the pair pursued Corvus into a mysterious cave, awaiting them at the end of their treacherous journey was Thor's long-dead grandfather, Bor. But it's a temporal echo of what had happened. Bor had butted heads with the leader of the Valkyries, who was just like, "Yeah, we're not doing this." Apparently, God Kings, all fathers don't really like the idea of subjects having allegiances to more than just them. But apparently, this battle that was being fought was against Thanos, who had presumably traveled through time to get there. But the volcano erupted. Corvus has a ritual to perform with Lausa. It does involve her blood. Mainly because it's blood of Bor. And but Thor were attacked by Draugr, a rather decently sized army of them, which they managed to wade through. But a flower grows and a small insect flies from the flower. That's important for later. As they pass along kind of mirror, both Runa and Thor see something different. Runa suggests it's better not to think about what they see. Lausa picks up Corvus Glaive's spear after he drops it while being beaten on by Thor, and seemingly offers it up to Runa. However, the door that Chorus is in front of, and he's killed by lightning created hounds. But the door opens. We don't see what it is Thor sees, but that little bug from earlier returns to its master, Victor Von Doom. And that is where the issue ends. I think that's where the issue ends. Pretty sure that's where the issue ends. Yep. This story is, to say this story is getting interesting is definitely putting it lightly. There have been, I gotta say, so Donny Cates rather abruptly left Hulk and Thor, and it's nice to see that the writer who has picked up Thor continuing on to a plot point that Cates had been setting up, which was Thor's vision when he looked into the Black Winter, that of Thanos wielding Mjolnir with the Infinity Gems jammed into it, leading an army of zombified versions of the various heroes. It is nice to see that particular plot point being continued on towards. And yeah, the book is honestly just as good as it was when Cates was writing it himself. Moving on to our next book, we've got All Out Avengers number 5, wrapping up the miniseries. Someone is putting the Avengers through various tasks, namely battles, but also altering their memories. They tend to start much like an issue might start in the middle of things. Only, and they somewhat remember, but looking more into things, Iron Man discovered there are no recordings of the recordings that his armor would create can't be accessed. So the Avengers know someone is manipulating them. So the Avengers think Spider-Man is being mind controlled. Spider-Man thinks the Avengers are being mind controlled. They fight it out. He apparently has a way of counteracting. Spider-Man claims to have means of counteracting said mind control. And at one point, tosses a pill down, a pill into Captain Marvel's mouth, and then webs her mouth shut. But yeah, he takes on Blade. He takes on. Thor grabs him by his costume and he slides out of his shirt. But the issue does the fight against the Avengers actually does put a lot of focus on Spider-Man's intelligence, that he knows how to deal with. He can figure out ways to, I don't want to make it sound like the whole prep time argument, but maybe not stop, but at least be able to buy time. He at least buy time by knowing what and who he's dealing with. But it turns out that the scientist he's supposedly helping that can supposedly turn off the mind control everyone's dealing with, he's actually the big bad. But Peter took a look at the device he was toting around, made some modifications to it. seemingly destroying the scientist. And so, Spider-Man and the Avengers leave, allies once again. Kind of, hey, yeah, we fought, we've done the whole. We would have had to fight each other fairly often. It's no big. But the issue ends with Captain America talking to the person who's been manipulating everything, and saying exactly who it is. The Beyonder. And that is where the series ends, to be picked up soon with Avengers Beyond. This was a fun series. My only issue with this is I'm not the biggest fan of Greg Land's artwork. Like, it doesn't look terrible. It's just there are things like, oh, it's just little things. I wish I kind of wish Marvel would stop giving him work, but well, yeah. Moving on to our next book, we've got Dr. Aphra number 28. Where we left off, Sana Starros and her crew had been rescued by Just Lucky and Ariel Yu, who brought them to Ronan Tage, and well, Sana made a deal with Ronan. So, but Ronan basically told her, hey, kill my Aunt Domina, and we're even. So, that's what they're going to do. The issue opens with apparently Crimson Dawn's operatives have been activated throughout, including in Tage Corp space. Her Ubis bodyguards are still loyal though to Domina, and well, she's got a plan. She just this is one of those doesn't faze me. Whatever. It's Tuesday. That's the energy she's kind of got when Boosh and the UBs come upon her. On the board of Fleeting, Just Lucky Ariel, as well as Sana, Magna, and Detta are heading to Tage Corp space. Turns out two of them, that Korn and Eustacia, are still being held hostage by Ronan Tage. The Fleeting reverts to real space in the midst of a massive space battle. Domina deals with more Crimson Dawn operatives. Sana and her crew make it through, and they realize, oh, there's a mutiny going on the ship, and you need to regain control of it. Where do you go? The bridge, which is exactly where Domina Tage is heading. And so, Domina and Sana and her crew duke it out, but Ronan, as well as Domina's assistant Lapin, walk in, and basically Ronan says, "Oh yeah, I'm taking over the company, and if you say, and the intention is over your dead body." But, well, Lapin was infiltrating for Domina. And he's been injected with a paralytic. And everyone's kind of surprised, saying that Lapin really is a Tage. But Ronan is once again killed. And it turns out that, well, this was all part of the plan. Apparently, Domina needed proof of Ronan's treachery, which Sana got for her. So, that was what she was paid to do. Clearing debts, even Aphra's. Ronan's hostage is released. And Sana wants to do Volt Cobra, seeing as how the last one got, destroyed. No, not everyone's happy about, which was it? Which one was it? Magna's not happy about the fact that Sana didn't tell the rest of the crew what was going on. Whereas just like, yeah, no wonder Aphra's into you. But Domina offers Just Lucky a job, but yeah, he says not at the moment. They got stuff to do. Meanwhile, so afterwards, the fleeting goes to where Kofon Ferris is, and Ko explains that she knows where Aphra, the Spark, and Crimson Dawn are, as well as what Kira's planning, what she's already done, and as it is going to kill them all. As Aphra arrives, well, the Spark-controlled Aphra arrives at Kira's location. And that is where the issue ends. I gotta say, that was... There had to be... I knew there had to be something with the way last issue Sana just kind of changed her tune about working for Ronan Tage, but it makes sense. And yeah, what's said about Sana, no wonder Aphra's into her. Moving on, though, to our last one for the moment, we've got Star Wars Yoda, number 3. Where we left off, the people of on Turak in the Outer Rim had actually managed to defeat their enemies, the Krolkon. And though they did so by killing some of them, and Yoda was displeased and seemingly left. So now years later, Bree, who was one of the people that was actually very close with Yoda, and is now hailed as the hero of his tribe. Well, he knows that he messed up, and his niece and nephew are playing out the great moment of his great moment of heroism, but he's just like, no, don't. It wasn't a good thing. But yeah, after Bree's victory, Yoda left, explaining that he was never in danger. He allowed himself to be taken. It was a test for Bree. See how much Bree had learned and see how much Yoda had failed. That's when Yoda left. But Yoda shows up, arrives. He still has the instrument that Bree made for him, and he's been practicing. But the alarms go off. Bree's nephew and some of the others have a plan, though, to ensure that Krolkon are never a threat. They kidnap the daughter of the Krolkon leader. Later, when she arrives, she's not happy to learn that her daughter's been kidnapped, and Bree is also not happy to learn that his niece and his nephew and his said nephew's friends made things worse. But Yoda opts to, the Krolkon show up, but Bree says, "Hey, look, we both live on this planet, and the future of this planet is our future." And it seems that peace is made. Heading back to Coruscant, Yoda speaks with one of the Jedi, the member of the Council who was against Yoda going to Turok, and this guy's like, "Hey, I was wrong. I should have gone with you. I should have listened to you." And Yoda says, "Hey, you still can. You know." But it's hey, they got to where they need to be, and you just need to have a little patience. Patience and trust. And that is where the issue ends. Next issue, we'll see the return of a familiar Star Wars character, a former Padawan of Yoda's. But yeah, so I'm digging the Yoda series. I like that it's. I was kind of worried it would be kind of more along the lines of how the Obi-Wan miniseries was, where you basically just had each issue told with a different story. Obi-Wan reflecting on things. Whereas this one, we got a 3-issue arc, and then we've got, like, I guess, either a 2 or 3 issue arc to follow it. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.